Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Serpent Society. That's not the character's name. His name is Klaus Voorhees. He's the leader of the Serpent Society. It's kind of weird that they did that on the... If anybody knows why they did that, I'm curious. Anyway, this is part of the Thanos Build-A-Figure wave of Avengers Infinity... it's not Infinity War Marvel Legends, just Avengers. They changed it up on me. Okay, so... this guy, he's got a lot of reused parts, a couple new parts, and some metallic pieces, so that's kind of cool looking, and otherwise is kind of mediocre. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just shy of 6 3/4 inches tall, which makes him just about 17 centimeters. And as you can tell, there's some metallic green up against some metallic purple, and the green is very vibrant and saturated, and it looks really, really cool. The purple's kind of a muted, flat finish, which is a little strange, but it's kind of cool to have that composition, so I kind of like it. It looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, the black that's painted on here is also flat, and it came with a giant smudge slash scratch on the chest on mine, so it looks pretty awful. But I kind of like the idea of having the flat paint up against the flatter metallic, up against the more shiny metallic, and it looks kind of cool. Obviously, we have a new cape here, and then we have a couple other tiny little pieces here and there, nothing too special. It's okay. Let's look at the cape, though, first. That's how it looks when it's pegged in. Look where the clasp is. It's floating up by his chin. Why can't they figure this out? All you have to do, sculpt it so that this is like this. That's it. And then when you put it on the figure, it will flex to stay where it belongs. You just sculpt it pinched, and it'll stay in place when it's on the figure. You sculpt it like this, and it floats up by his face. I don't understand why that's an issue. Every figure we get with a cape, it seems, has some kind of dumb problem with the cape. Like, that's just silly. Why is that a thing? It looks so dumb. You can just unpeg it if you want to, and that's the only way to make the capes work on Marvel Legends. You unpeg them, and then they sit better. That's not a good showing, Hasbro. Anywho, the sculpt on the cape, other than that it doesn't fit right, is pretty cool. It's got like this quilted look inside, and then we have this kind of snake skin type of braided look around there, so that's okay. The head is done pretty well. It doesn't look quite as good as the prototype on the back of the packaging, because on that one, the green part for the face was a separate piece. On this one, it's just part of the same sculpt and painted, but they did a pretty good job with the paint, so I'll give them that. That looks pretty good. This hood thing is all connected, and there's some yellow paint inside, and it looks okay. That's about it for the paint, except down here we have just a tiny bit of green, very dark green up against the black, almost unnoticeable with the naked eye, but with the bright lights it shows up pretty well. So, I mean, it's not a bad looking figure. As far as the articulation goes, let's see, the head can move, let's see if you can actually see it. The head can move back, the head can move forward, pretty good range, full rotation, a little bit of attitude, and that's not too bad. And it doesn't change too much with the cape on there. It's okay. You get pretty decent range out of this guy, so it's not bad. It's okay. For the shoulders, we've seen these before. How do they work? Terribly, remember? Not good at all. You can't raise the arm very much at all. Full rotation's fine. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow is okay. Really thick gauntlets here that kind of don't stay in place and are just kind of glued on, but not because they're not actually glued on. They should be. So it's not great, but it's okay. The wrists rotate and have a hinge. Ab crunch. Look at that. There's so much ab crunch there, and you can't use it. It won't go any farther forward. What the heck? Ab crunch going back. Well, that's just unfortunate. That is such a weird design. I didn't realize until now how much the back of this guy, like his torso, leans. Look how far back this is compared to here. He's got such a weird, like, that's so strange. I didn't notice that. That's pretty bad. Waist is okay. Floaty belt's fine. Hips go all the way forward, a little bit back, out to the side. Not very far at all. One of them wants to go farther than the other, but still not very far. Thigh swivel is okay. Double jointed knees are okay. Shin swivel's there, that's okay, except these boots don't really fit on these legs because they just don't line up very well. I guess it's somewhat excusable on this side, but on this side it's totally off-centered. You can see the boot sticks out on this one, and on this side the leg sticks out, so that's not great. And then we have bucky cap feet, so they go all the way back and pretty far forward, and you get a little bit of rotation. These feet are small on bucky cap, and they look even smaller on this one, even though the body's about the same size. So, yeah, like I said, ultimately it looks kind of cool, and if you just set it on your shelf and don't pay too much attention to it, it's going to look pretty nice, actually, because of the saturation and the finish. I don't know. I guess if you really wanted this character, then you're probably going to like it well enough. It's not bad. It just has some issues here and there. And, like I said, it's pretty mediocre for Hasbro Marvel Legends. It's just, it's not great, it's not bad. I guess it really comes down to your affinity for the character, which I have none, so I couldn't care less. I do really like the color scheme, though, and they executed that nicely. So, I don't know. You have the information you need to make a decision. I can't really say other than it's good enough, and that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have new videos up every single day. Talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.